Looking for the perfect gift for someone you love? Perhaps you're in search of something unique to treat yourself. Discover the beauty of uniquely created hand-stamped jewelry. Locally owned and crafted with love, our collection features rings, bracelets, keychains, and pendants made from durable aluminum and paired with natural beads. Enjoy necklaces on sterling silver-plated chains and earrings with sterling silver hooks for a touch of elegance. Each piece is hand-stamped and one of a kind, making it uniquely yours. Plus, we offer custom orders, and we ship nationwide. Find us on Facebook and Instagram today and fall in love with your perfect piece, uniquely created just for you. Uniquely created hand-stamped jewelry in Crossville.
But most moms do want and need friends.
Yes, they do.
You've got to have your tribe. You've got to have somebody. So the main goal is really because we love event planning, and so it's to create these opportunities where stay-at-home moms, work-from-home moms, even, homeschooling moms, even though they may be involved in a co-op, to be able to go out and actually meet people and make connections.
Welcome to What's Up Crossville, your go-to podcast for all the happenings in our quaint Tennessee town. Whether you've been here for generations or have just moved to enjoy our slower, friendlier pace of life, this is the place to connect with the heart and soul of Crossville. Here, we dive deep into the facts, share true stories, and get to know our neighbors a little bit better. Each episode aims to inform, inspire, and entertain, steering clear of the negative noise and controversies often found outside in the world today. This is Melissa Ellis, and I'm here to ask, what's up, Crossville?
What's up, Crossville? This is Melissa Ellis, and today I have the Moms of Crossville ladies with Andrea Tatro and Christy Payne, and they're going to tell us all about this wonderful, wonderful group called Moms of Crossville. When did you guys get this group started?
So I actually started it with another mom who has since moved away. We started it at the very end of September 2020, so it was kind of like COVID time.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to still be able to have some fun, meet some new friends, have our kids meet friends, all of those types of things. So we started the Facebook group in September of 2020, and so we just hit our 4-year anniversary birthday type of thing, which is super exciting, and we've worked really hard to grow it over the years, and I'm happy to report that as of right now, we have 3,554 members in our private Facebook group, which is so amazing.
That's awesome. I think I got invited to it in September 2020 because that was the one time I ever decided I was going to homeschool. It was not meant for me. I was not a good homeschool mom, but I did homeschool at the time my first grader. And a lot of that had to do with kindergarten. They lost the last 3 months. And kindergarten is different now than it was when I was growing up. Like, we colored and we took naps. And now they learn math and reading and all this stuff. I mean, I'm not saying that we were stupid growing up, but they really, foundational learning. And he lost 3 months of that. So my purpose was to homeschool him and give him some kind of consistent school schedule, because we just lost 3 months the year before. What was the next year going to look like? And I remember getting on Facebook saying, what can I get my kid involved in? And, just anything, because I knew he needed to be socially, connected. He was kind of away from everybody. And I got a message saying, you should join the Moms of Crossville group. You will make so many friends. I was like, whoa. I don't want to make friends.
You're like,
that's not for me. I don't want to make friends. So I was like, what about my kids? She goes, well, you can do all this stuff. So I've been in it since around this same time. But you guys do a lot of stuff. Like, what is your mission and purpose? I can imagine what a mission and purpose is, especially with such a massive influx of new families that have come in. Like, how are these women making friends?
Right,
That's
exactly.
got to be tough.
And I understand that you don't want friends, but most moms do want and need friends.
Yes, they do.
You've got to have your tribe. You've got to have somebody. So the main goal is really because we love event planning, and so it's to create these opportunities where stay-at-home moms, work-from-home moms, even, homeschooling moms, even though they may be involved in a co-op, to be able to go out and actually meet people and make connections versus just being part of a Facebook group. And it's great because there is a lot of questions asked and support given and advice, a lot around homeschooling and stuff like that. But our main goal is to get people together because that's what's good for mom's mental health. And then we want the kids to get out and make friends as well. So it's that's always been kind of the goal, is to get everybody together. But, it provides a lot of other things as well.
Well, I know you guys always have stuff going on.
We do try and keep, even if you aren't into coming to things, if you don't want friends, we do keep a lot of,
you said it, Melissa.
You said it, you don't want friends.
I'm busy. It's not
even
that I
though
don't
you're
want
super
them.
Well,
friendly.
I'm your friend now, so
I know.
it doesn't matter.
I'm
You're kind of stuck with us all. But we do keep a featured post of the businesses here in town that are owned by moms or local businesses. We also keep a list of the events here in town, so that are not necessarily events that we planned, because we only do so many per month, but we do keep a list of the events all over the Cumberland. We kind of spread out a little bit past just Crossville, but we keep a list of those, so you can also find things that are whatever you're looking for.
And I use that. I actually do use those. I know right now you guys got a whole list of, hay rides and corn mazes
All the
and trunk or treats. And this is the busy time of year where moms have got to be on their toes or you're going to miss out.
Yes.
Well, and that's what we try to avoid with these featured posts, is that the same questions being asked. And you see that on a lot of the other larger groups. And so that's our kind of fix for that, because I like compiling things into one central location. And so, right now we've got all the Halloween stuff, and then we'll switch over to Christmas and New Year's and all that kind of stuff, because we all use it. I use it. I definitely use it too, to figure out what we're going to do every weekend. So I think it's still a lot of work.
Yes.
Pulling that all in there.
And then we go through and delete the ones once they're over with.
Yep.
We try and keep the list up to date and as easy to use as possible.
Yeah.
Where it's not a group of 3,000 people all posting, "Where's the trunk or treat this weekend?" And we're well, there's 40 of them.
So. Which one are we talking about?
Yeah.
Good. I'm not as organized as you are. I would have had a group and then been okay, everybody, good luck. Everyone talk to one another.
Oh, no. My OCD will not allow that, if anybody knows me. So
Yeah.
we do our best. And, is it perfect? Of course not. But I think it suits our particular members very, very well. They keep requesting to join. We get membership requests almost every single day, and it makes me so happy. And a lot of times our group is mentioned in other groups, and then a lot of it is just word of mouth, especially when new moms are moving here. That's why I was part of starting, is because I moved here and didn't know anyone. And that's a terrible feeling for anybody, especially a mom, because you need, even if it's just one other person.
Even if you don't want friends.
Even if you don't want friends, you need somebody to know that they're there to help you. And so, or even just provide support and provide recommendations.
Yes.
We have a lot of people ask about pediatricians and dentists and all that type of things, because that's what moms want. They don't want to just wing it and see what happens.
None of us are prepared when we become moms of knowing all of this stuff and what it all entails. And so having that community to be able to go and ask those questions and get other recommendations really, really helps.
And you guys, and I've noticed this, you guys are really good about keeping the mom shaming down to nothing. And that gets very toxic very fast among women in general.
We definitely, any kind of post that sometimes we'll let them go for just a little bit, but we monitor the comments, and as soon as it seems like it's going to get a little out of hand, even whenever it comes to schools.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever it comes to school or homeschooling, people have very, very strong opinions about one or the other, or certain schools here in town, or certain teachers or administration. And people get very, very passionate. That's the word. And so we're okay with that as long as we can keep it in a friendly,
respectful
manner. But as soon as it loses that, it's gone.
And it's like you said, some people are really passionate about it and they have very strong opinions. Like I said before, I homeschooled my kid and it was the longest year of my life. It really was. It was not meant for me. I feel like I'm a better mom with my kids out of the house. And of course, I say I get all that free time, which it's not really free. I come here and do What's Up Crossville or do other things.
Yes.
But you homeschool.
Yes, I have homeschooled
And
since
you've done it
day
for a
one.
long time. Yes.
And my daughter is 16 now.
And your kids have flourished under that.
Yes, it's really funny. We run the group together, but we are alike in a lot of ways, but we are very different in a lot of ways.
And that's good leadership.
She needs to send her kid to school. Like
Yes.
even on like long breaks, she's just like, I really need him to be in school. And my kids are at home with me all the time, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Right.
Right. So that's that inclusivity is so important in the group, and that's keeping the mom shaming down. And our members are really good about it too.
They are.
We get a lot of reported comments and
yes.
reported posts. And the second that somebody takes the time to do that, and I look at it and I even partially agree, I pull it down.
Right.
And then you have to think about Facebook flagging things
Oh,
and
yes.
going against community standards.
Oh,
so
my gosh.
we have to really monitor very hot topics for a lot of different reasons. Because my worst fear is that all of a sudden Facebook's one day is just
You're
going to
gonna shut
the group,
down your
shut
group
it down.
down.
And it happens.
It
I
does
would be-
happen.
I would be devastated.
Oh,
I had
yeah.
a friend who lost her business page. It just
Yeah.
got shut down out of nowhere, and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh!" Of course, she doesn't run the business anymore. But after that, it was just
It's hard to come back from that.
It is, and they do flag everything. Like I got flagged yesterday for something I posted a year ago. Wait till you hear. It went against community standards because it had a logo or trademark in it. Do you want to know what it was? It was me announcing that my son decided to go to Tech, and he was wearing
Oh.
a Tennessee Tech T-shirt. And I was like, I was sitting there looking all through the picture. I'm like, what did I do wrong?
Yes.
That's the problem is a lot of time there's no rhyme or reason to it. So we try to nip anything in the bud that
Yeah.
might flag that. And we get some scammers. We are very, very serious about vetting our members.
Yeah.
But people are so good at fake profiles now.
Oh
so
my gosh.
I usually look at it. And then Michelle Kelly, who is our moderator, she's like the Facebook queen. I
Yes.
usually, if I'm hesitant, I make her look at it or Christy look at it. And usually what's crazy to me is a scammer will get in and they'll post something right away.
Oh my
selling
gosh.
something or whatever. And I'm like,
It's
dude, you could
immediate.
have sat there for like 6 months and waited, but
Right.
usually we catch
Yeah.
it and I'm like, dang it, they made it past me. But that would also be devastating to the group as well to let something like that. And we also don't allow sales posts.
Right.
I don't want it to turn into that. There's plenty of other pages where you
Yes.
can sell stuff. Like, and I that's just not my thing.
We don't do jobs. Like
Right.
we
and
really
all
try
moms have so
and-
many side hustles.
We do,
Right.
and we support those. Like
Yes.
there's so many times that we ask, for sponsors for things, some of our events and stuff, and we are all about supporting them. But there's also groups for that. We want to keep
Yes.
our group specifically for what it was created for, and keep it that way.
Right.
Well, you guys have a lot of events. So let's talk about all the events that you guys have done so far. I mean, you guys have, your book club, you have a mom's night out, you do Monday coffees. What is it, the fourth Monday of the month?
Yes.
Play dates, of course. And then you guys have special events. So I want to hear all of because I don't want to make friends, so I've never been to any of them.
I know.
Okay, well, you need to come to one.
That's what. Have you really not been to any?
I haven't been to
She
any
almost
of
came
them.
to a Mom's Monday coffee.
But we came to you one time. We made an event,
I
and we came
know.
to you.
But you
were
see how busy I am?
You were singing, and we all showed
No
up.
shaming.
Hey,
no
wait.
shaming her.
Your mom's shaming me, but I do remember that because you know what? I think that was when my husband and I actually had COVID.
It was.
because
is
we
right, 'cause
announced,
we're like-
please don't come to the stage
Yes.
because we've been exposed to COVID.
It
My
was.
at the time he was 3 or 2, I can't remember, but my toddler had COVID. He picked it up
Yeah.
at VBS, and when all your older kids get COVID. When my older kids had it, it was one of those keep the door shut and I will kick the food in there and
Yeah.
y'all just good luck. May the
We'll
odds
see
be
you in a
ever in your
week.
favor. And but when your baby is sick, my husband had not had it yet, and we're sitting there holding him and loving on him and kissing on him, and I remember looking at Matt going, "We are so going to have this." And it was the week leading up to our anniversary, so we had like 3 major shows that week, and we were like, "Hey, we didn't sell any like merchandise. Please don't come to the stage," because it was just me and him playing. We're wearing masks, and we've been exposed to COVID, and we tested every day that whole week, make sure that we did not have COVID, and we tested negative every time. And then he was, clear of COVID. 2 days into it, we were like, hey, it's our anniversary. Let's go see Norah Jones in Nashville. We get all the way to Nashville. We go out, have champagne. We sit down, took a selfie, and I literally took a selfie of us at the Norah Jones concert, and I put my phone back in my lap. My husband turns to me and goes, I don't feel normal, or I don't feel good. And I was like, oh, shoot. And sure enough, we came home. We had COVID then. So it took longer than a week for it to hit. We must have been like super strong. But I do remember you guys showing up.
Yeah, we took a picture with you on stage. We didn't come near you
I
because
do
we were
remember
like,
that.
but yeah, we came to you. So technically, we
I
can
have
count you as coming to an
I
event.
guess I do need to go to the event.
Yeah, so that's when you were at Friday at the Amps, and I love that one because it was free to us to attend.
Yeah.
And so what's really important to us is to try to offer like a wide variety of events, and then we'll get into like the specific ones because we know like everybody's tight right now for money,
Yes.
tight for money and tight for time.
It's tough
and
out
so
there.
we think of fun things, of course, that we want to do.
Right.
And we have our traditional ones that we do all the time, but we really try. We our book club, which we're all like super
we love
proud
book
of.
club.
I love it so much because I've never been part of a book club before,
Oh.
and so we pick the book, we read it, we sit down, and we actually have amazing discussions about the books.
We do talk about the book. Like a lot of people are like, "Oh, can I come?" And we're like, "Did you read the book?" And they're like, "Well," and we're like, "No, this is an actual book club. We
Right.
don't. It's not. We don't just call it that so we can get
Yeah.
together and eat food."
And
Right, we
drink
still
wine.
eat food and drink wine and chit chat, but then we have printed questions, and so
Right.
if that's not for you, then
What kind of books do you guys read?
And that's
All
what's
of
great
them.
too. Yeah, we allow a wide variety. We try to stay away from certain authors that I won't say them, I guess. And then series because we meet every 4 weeks, so it's
Right.
like we're not going to start a series and get
So
into
you guys
that.
didn't do Twilight?
No,
No.
I'm joking.
I
I'm
know.
joking.
No.
All this, you and I just talked about Twilight, and now it's been popping up in my TikTok feed, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Because I had a Twilight party and everything. We won't
Oh,
talk about
really?
it. Oh yeah, long time ago.
This is something we need to chat about.
We could read.
We do, but we've done romance, we've done historical books, we have done
Some of the
like
classics.
the sci-fi one, like
Yeah, thrillers.
thrillers, psychological
See,
thrillers.
I didn't know if you guys were doing like also self-help books or like the nonfiction.
We
I was
have
like,
done a couple of those
Okay,
too.
yeah.
We don't normally do those just because we want the discussion to be a little bit
a little
more.
bit more your point of view, because I know that if you read
Yes.
self-help, chances are you're going to read the author's mind instead. That's just how it is.
Like we try and stick to like a little bit more of like the fun books and stuff
Yeah.
like that because this is our getaway. This isn't like let's sit down and have a therapy session, which sometimes we do. Sometimes it does turn into
A lot of times
after
it does, yeah.
after we get through the questions. Andrea is very, very persistent to make sure that we get through the questions.
It's a struggle sometimes.
Getting a whole bunch of chatty women to like
oh my gosh.
focus and like
Even though I
about
let them
that.
chat for an hour and then we start talking about the book.
we
You try to get it out of their system
Yes.
first.
But we make it fair. So we ask everyone if you want to suggest a book, you bring it, and then Christy puts it in a spinner app and it's randomly chosen.
Oh.
And so,
And it's
besides
cool.
those few
Yeah.
rules, we really try not to limit it because we want, and if something gets picked that you don't necessarily want to read,
Don't do
then
it
you
that
don't
time.
read it and you join us for the next one.
Right.
Yes.
So we try really hard with that. And what's the best part is we've had four
Four.
authors join us.
Oh.
3 of them via Zoom. One of them just joined us for her second time, or was it her third? No, second time. And because she's out in South Carolina or North Carolina. And then we have another one who's up on the East Coast. We have one who's out in Colorado. And then we had a local author.
Oh.
She's out in, I believe, Tansy. She
Okay.
joined us in person. So those are like the extra special ones where, sure, we still talk about it, but to get the author there with
The one
us.
from the coast, she's amazing.
But so that just makes it extra special. We try at least one mom's night out or mom's day out a month. We've done karaoke. Just in 2 days, we're doing archery, which is our third year doing that, which is so much fun. And we have a bunch of fun themed events.
The themed events are so much fun. It's like those things that you see on TikTok or like the
Yes.
videos, and you're like, "Ooh, that looks like so much fun." We've had a color party where everybody like made food and you dress in a certain color, and Like, it's those fun things that you normally wouldn't get to do or convince.
She said color party, and I was like, I would have showed up with like my crayons. What are we gonna color? I would have been so wrong on that one.
No, well, and our event descriptions are very descriptive. So
Okay,
you know
so
exactly
you're not
what
going to come
signing
in
up
not knowing what you're
No,
doing.
No,
we had-
and we do color. I do convince her to craft. I'm the crafty one. She is
Oh,
not the
are
crafty
you not
one.
crafty,
Not
Andrea?
at all.
Oh.
We have gone to pottery, which she laughs at me, the owner of the pottery place, because I end up doing her crafts for her.
Yes, yes.
It's she
It's the only way they're
agrees.
going to look halfway good.
She goes and she's like, fine, we'll do this event, but you have to do this for me. So I have.
Oh my gosh.
You've painted canvases for me. You've
Yeah.
painted
Oh my
my,
gosh.
my chicken pottery thing.
Yeah.
You made me paint my mug, though, for Habitat for
I-
Humanity.
We did do that
Did
community.
you guys do the Habitat for Humanity bowls?
We did. And
Yes.
I love that event.
Oh.
We should have had that in our notes as well. Like, that was our true, like, everything we do is really giving back to the community, right? Our
Yeah.
community of moms.
Yeah.
But that was truly, and Michelle, our moderator, she planned all of that, and we were able to donate, I think, 30-something of the
Really?
bowls to
I had
the
no
event.
idea.
We're
so.
really, really sorry for some of the bowls that some of you might have ended up
Were
with,
they
but we
ugly?
had.
Mine
Were
was
they
ugly.
Andrea's?
Yeah, because Christy
I
wouldn't do mine.
made her paint her own, but there were some amazing,
Some amazing ones, yeah.
amazing ones.
So yeah, I do love that event. I mean, there's been so many, you know, and we try to just keep with this cadence so people, you know, if you miss one month, you know that something else is going to happen the
Yes.
next month. And then Christy started the Mom's Monday Coffee.
Yes. So we started that one because we always kept hearing either I don't have a babysitter at night, or I work, and then I'm a homeschool mom.
Right.
So I was like, let's do one that's in the morning that's just more of a laid back. Like, you can come and go.
Low-key.
It's a really great event for people if you want to come to like your first event, and the themed nights and stuff seem a little
Overwhelming.
overwhelming.
Yes.
They're a little stressful because, I mean, we all have that social anxiety of like
Yeah.
walking in and being like, I don't know if the food I made is good, that kind of thing. So we go to Grinder House on the fourth Monday of every month at 10:30, and we get to just sit and chit chat. Some people get coffee, some people get breakfast. We're normally there for an hour, 2 hours. I mean, there's been
Yeah.
sometimes we've sat there till like 1 o'clock.
Oh my
Just
gosh.
depending on, and you can kind of come and go. That's
Right.
what's really
Right.
great. Like, if you can only stay for 30 minutes, come grab coffee, say hi, and catch up. So we really like that one.
And we try to do, this one's the most challenging one, to be honest, is a monthly play date for the kids. Because, of course, the
Right.
group is all about the moms, but we can't forget about our children.
Yes,
that made us moms.
Right.
So we go to, like, the playgrounds, all the local playgrounds, the splash pad, but we also do, we're going to be doing here coming up in, when is that, November.
Yep.
Out at the Pottery Place in the Homesteads. Shout out to Tara, the owner. We love her.
Yes.
We're doing a Mommy and Me pottery painting on November 15th. She has an awesome variety of holiday stuff, and she's going to get in some ornaments and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to be launching that event. So we try to bring the kids in when we can. Usually by
Yeah.
the end of it, I was like, oh, why'd we do this?
Right?
And when it's normally kids of all ages, like
Oh,
we
yeah.
have the ones that have like babies that bring their babies and come and hang out, to all the way up to like my teenager still comes with me
And that's
everywhere.
hard. That's hard to plan around. Like that's how our family is. We have like a 5-year-old and then I have a 21-year-old. I mean, like
Yeah.
4 kids in between those two ages. Picking out like a vacation
Right.
has always been a struggle
Yes.
because it's either too young for the older two, they're like, that's boring, or it's too old for the younger ones, and they're like, we can't even do this. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
and,
going to be difficult.
And we do. We've done a painting class, which obviously for babies is not the best.
They eat the tooth-
I
they
mean,
go
we
with
do have some
paintbrush.
that bring little ones.
Yeah.
So we did a play date at the Adventure Gym in Cookeville.
Oh.
So that was more for that age range. And then, we'll do the older kids. So we try and make sure that we can get everybody in there, but yeah,
It's a
when it
challenge
comes to
for the
kids.
Teenagers, for sure. I have no idea what teenagers like, so.
They like
She
to
hasn't
sit there and
gotten
gripe
there.
about us.
Right. Well,
We're
her
not
teenager
cool.
doesn't do that, so.
No,
Yeah.
she's cool.
She's a go with the flow. She's like, what are we doing this week?
What are we doing with the moms?
Yeah.
In the world of small business, every day feels like a whirlwind. Owners are constantly balancing tasks, struggling to find time for what matters most. But in this busy season, relief arrives. Introducing the Autumn Agency's Small Business Division. Imagine a team that not only designs websites and masters SEO, but also provides essential business tools and strategies. With the Autumn Agency, owners gain access to expert business consultants who offer personalized strategies and tools to optimize operations. From marketing plans to financial insights, our consultants empower you to make informed decisions that drive growth. Digital marketing, social media, branding, e-commerce, every aspect of your business is perfected. Visit us today at theautumnagency.co and let us be your autumn.
But our biggest one coming up that we, of course, want to mention is our 5th annual Halloween party.
Yes.
It's coming up on October 26th, and this year we're doing it as the same location as last year, which is Meadow Park Lake.
Yes.
Out off of Lantana. I always
Okay,
want to
yeah.
switch the words on that. But it's amazing. We've rented a big pavilion. It's right next to a playground, big open area. We have a whole bunch of different sponsors, so I would like to mention them and kind of what they're doing
Yeah.
to help us, because we usually get about 200 people for this event. I
Wow.
look today, we've got 135 already RSVP'd.
No kidding.
Yes.
So this is really definitely our biggest event.
Yeah, this
for
is our
sure.
biggest event, and we put the most into this one because, I mean, who doesn't love Halloween
Halloween's
and
fun.
Yeah.
Candy?
It's my
and-
favorite.
It's my favorite
It's
too.
my favorite. And Michelle's favorite, and it's, it's all of our favorites. But it's earlier in the day because there's a lot of competing events. So it's
my
from
gosh,
11 to 1. So if you want something to do, we're going to have beautiful weather. And if you want something to do during the day, and then you can go to all the fun, like, night ones at night,
Yeah.
even though Boo on Main isn't happening that night, there's other ones as well. But we've got some great sponsors. We've got Lindsay at Pure Spin Studio. She donated money where we're going to set up this awesome snack bar with just, like, popcorn,
Like
pretzels.
the create your own snack, like where you get to mix and match all your like ingredients in like a little bag, and so
The kids will love that. And then we have a new sponsor, Mr. B's Bouncers and Party Rentals. Angel is the mom who owns that business, and she's donating a 30-foot obstacle course, so for like the older kids.
Yes.
And then she's giving us a 50% discount on just like a more traditional bounce house for like the younger kids. So that will really help kind of separate the big ones and the little ones from that. So we appreciate that. Then Sandy from Foxy Lady Hair Extensions. She's going to be doing the little braids and the little tinsel in the girls' hair, and I guess the boys' hair too if they want it. But the girls just absolutely love that. She just set that up at Apple Festival. And then Katie and her husband own Gillen Contracting and Excavation. They are setting up the super fun guessing games where there's a jar full of whatever she's going to put in there, candy, prizes, toys, something like that, and all the kids get to then guess, and whoever gets the closest then wins whatever that is. So they love that, and they're putting that together. And then another mom owns Perfectly Painted. Her name is Brittany, and she's going to be doing free face painting. So they love that. She did that last year, huge hit.
Yes.
And then the last one that Christy already mentioned was the Adventure Gym in Cookeville. They're sponsoring the costume contest. We put together a little goodie bag for all of the kids that, or for the first 100 kids that
100.
register. We got a little treat there for them. And then Michelle's getting medals made, so we're doing the costume contest. Christy's putting together a relay race.
yes.
That the kids are gonna do.
It's like a full, I don't want to call it like a festival, but like it's a full event to where we have different stations. We have the temporary tattoos. We have like little wooden ornaments that they can color on.
Yeah.
We'll have other food besides the snack bar. And we'll have like drinks. There's a hot chocolate bar that we'll have to where you get to add all your fun
Yeah.
ingredients into hot
That sounds
chocolate.
awesome.
And
Yeah.
so we have a lot of fun, and the kids get to wear their costumes. And
Do the moms dress up?
Yes, some
Okay,
of
I
the
was
moms
like,
dress
come on
up
now,
too. I do.
moms.
I normally
Yeah.
am matching one of my kids, hopefully.
There you go.
We do the costume contest, and the best family costume is
Yes.
one of the categories.
How
so
fabulous.
we've had some really good ones for that.
What was I? I've been like Mari, like I do like the easier costumes, but the fun ones, like I was Pikachu one year, and like all the kids were like,
I think
They-
last year the family was like a bunch of skeletons, or was that the year before? Girl,
Oh,
I
that's
mean, there's
awesome.
been so many.
we've
throughout
done
the
this for
years.
It's your
quite a few
fifth
years.
It's the
annual.
5th one, yeah.
A lot of years, a lot of costumes, and last year was actually really hot.
Oh, I do remember that.
It was
sweltering.
it was hot, and so that's the hardest thing about Halloween in Crossville is you don't know if it's going to snow, it's going to be 90, it's going to be so a lot of the kids stripped their costumes off in a heartbeat because they were like, it is hot, we want to go bounce on the bounce house, and so but the event is a lot of fun, and we do ask for the RSVPs, so that would be
prepared.
yes, we do need to kind of have the best estimate possible so we can make sure that we have enough stuff and ask people to bring candy, and then we just normally put candy and bowls on the tables, and people just that way everyone goes home with candy and has fun. And
we still could use a little bit of help with that. We've got some great sponsors already, but I would really like a couple of door prizes for the moms. I want the moms to get something out of this too.
Yes.
So we have, of course, an event created with a post in there that shows everything that we are kind of still needing because, you know, it's us putting it on, but especially for this event, we need a lot of help. And I get that it's tight for everybody, but even just like a bag of candy as a contribution is a huge help just to make sure that we have enough and that, you know, it goes off the way that we want it to go off. And of course, we want the
so
kids
far
to
it's always happened and been wonderful. By the end of it, we just stress out a whole lot beforehand.
Right. No, I think it's like that with any event.
Yeah.
And I see that over and over again. So that's your 5th annual Halloween party on October 26th. You guys have your last book club of the year on November 4th.
Yes.
What book are we going to be reading?
So we just picked it. Where Butterflies Wander?
Yes.
Does that sound right?
Ooh,
I
what's
can't remember
that?
the name. Suzanne something?
Yeah.
One of the moms at the book club put it in. It seems very intense.
Oh.
So I haven't even started it yet. I'm borrowing it from somebody who's buying it. And that will be our last one for the year just because everybody gets so busy for the holidays. And like, you know, we typically meet every 4 weeks. And sometimes that's a struggle for somebody to read a
Yes,
book because
it
everybody's
is.
busy. So we'll take a break from that and pick up next year. But yeah, this one looks really good.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. And we take off too because we end up adding in normally an extra event in December, which is our Big Tip Breakfast.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I was
You
about
can
to
talk about
ask that. What is a big
Oh, yeah.
tip?
This was
breakfast?
Christy's brainchild, and I love it.
So again, those random like TikTok videos that you see and you're like, that looks like a lot of fun. And so we get together and we pick a surprise location and we all donate in at least $20. We have some moms that give more, and we collect that before we get started. And then we all order breakfast, we all eat, we have a good time, and then we take in that extra money and we present it to the waitress or waiter that served us.
That is awesome.
And so it has been, I mean, our first year, it was close to $1,000 that we donated.
I need to go into like table waiting. Tables.
It's a lot of fun, and I mean, we've chose a different restaurant each time, and we try and keep it a secret so that, you know, who we're serving doesn't know that this is happening.
Of course, anybody listening would be like, I hope they come to my
Yeah, where are they
restaurant."
going this year? And so we do try and keep it a surprise, but it's always really awesome. We always end up in tears and just seeing these people, because I mean, December is a hard time.
Yes.
It's hard for everyone.
And it's a hard economy out there right
Yes,
now. So I mean,
and-
you guys really, I mean, that feels good to bless other people.
Yeah,
It
and
really
then
does.
it's nice because it's $20 out of your pocket, but we all come
Right.
together, and you don't think that your $20 will make a difference.
But when it adds up,
When
to
it adds
1,000 or
up,
so,
it's-
that's pretty.
it makes a
incredible.
huge difference, and we've got to hear some of these server stories of like how the money like is a blessing that they weren't expecting, that they really
Right.
needed at the time. So it's a great event.
It's a good one.
I'm gonna get her all teary-eyed
love
beforehand.
it.
Always
Yes.
ball. I love it so. I love it so much because it's our chance to really, you know, give back. Our servers in this town work so hard.
Yes.
They do.
And we eat out a lot. The group, we frequent almost every, you know,
Yeah,
restaurant that we can.
We've been to a lot of the restaurants, and
Yeah.
so
But I do love, our first year was about 900-ish, somewhere around
Yeah.
there, and then we dipped a little bit, and I think last year was around 700, 750, something like that. I mean, you know, and a lot of times we have 2 servers, so, you know, they share it, but it's still, like, a good chunk of money for them, and just makes everybody just super happy.
and we get food in the
Of course.
process.
And more
Yeah.
importantly, I fill my belly up.
We
Exactly.
get to eat and we get to hang out with each other, and And it's normally like this time it is on December 6th. So we
Okay.
kind of do it before the holiday madness starts. So you can kind of get in that holiday spirit too
Of course.
of the giving.
So you guys also have a Christmas party, though.
Yes.
My favorite things Christmas party, and that's December 13th.
Yes.
Yes.
So what does that entail?
So once again, another TikTok inspiration.
Y'all are all about the
I
talks.
mean, but
Christy got me on it, so it's all her fault.
it is my fault. But it's one of those things, you see all those videos and you always want to, like, that looks like so much fun, but we have a good excuse to do those fun things.
Right.
And
Right.
so we take advantage of that.
Yeah. So that's all. We always have it at my house because my husband absolutely loves Christmas, and the house is
Yeah.
like decked out to the nines,
Yes.
like 6 Christmas trees, craziness.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing, and
I
I love it
usually
too.
get that from women, and
Yes.
the fact that a dude is doing this makes
Oh,
it just
he-
even
he
sweeter.
loves it.
I
He
love
was
that.
raised by all women who also loved Christmas,
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's been
it's a
passed down.
conditioning
Yes,
process
and like
there.
I have a tree that's just chicken ornaments, which I
Is that
absolutely
yours?
love. Yes, that's
Oh,
mine.
the chicken. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
But we found this. We'd been doing like those kind of traditional gift swap ones, and like I hate Dirty Santa, where you steal and all that. People's feelings get hurt.
And it's
I-
a whole bunch of women, and
Yeah,
we.
oh, that's
yeah,
a mess.
and I swear all the other years, whatever I ended up with was broken, you know. And I don't do it for me to get a gift. But what I think you had found it probably
Yeah.
on TikTok, is that it's called My Favorite Thing. So
Okay.
each person brings 3 of their favorite thing. Be it a candle or a book, or people have brought gift cards to their favorite restaurants, whatever it is. And so I bring 3 things, Christy brings 3 things, everybody brings 3.
Okay.
We put them all on a table, we draw numbers, 1 through probably about 20.
Yeah.
I can fit around 20-ish people in my house. And then if I'm number 1, I get to go up and pick one of the things.
Okay.
So there's this huge table of all of these just like crazy random things
Yes.
that people have bought that they love. So then you leave with 3 of somebody else's, favorite things that are now hopefully your favorite things.
And you get to see what it is.
Right.
So you get to like pick out things, especially that first round. Like you get to pick out like what you actually want to come home with.
Right, you're not stuck with
So-
some random gift that you don't want that might be broken. So
Right.
that's why I love it. And there's like no drama. I mean, sometimes people, if things get picked that they wanted, but it's
They
like
run out,
It's
but-
the funniest thing because when she sent me the video, one of the moms or ladies that were part in the video, she did that Dawn Power Wash stuff and a scrub
Yes.
mommy, and I'm like, man, I love that stuff. I'm like, that's what I'm doing, and mine always gets picked.
Yes, like it was gone before the first round was even over. We all
Really?
everybody got power wash and a scrub mommy. Like it was.
Oh my God.
But I
But
love
it doesn't have to be anything, and we do set a price limit. I think we said like $10 to $15 per like little
gift,
set. So it's not super small, but it's not spending a fortune either.
Right.
And so it was a lot of fun, and we all did go home with really awesome things.
Right, and that's what I love the most about it, because you just never know. Like, to buy gifts for somebody is so hard, especially if it's like one of those like Secret Santa things, and you don't know the person. So I think this is a good compromise. So yeah, that'll be at my house. So I've got to limit it a little bit. I mean, that's the challenge, is that we have 3,400 members, and we can't have everybody at all of them, unfortunately, all the time. But that'll be on December 13th, so that'll be super fun.
And then you guys have a Valentine's Day dinner. I remember you
Oh.
guys like promoting that hard this last year.
Oh yes, that is. I feel like that's probably my favorite. I love the Halloween one, but I think the Valentine's one is probably my favorite
Okay.
because we do a ton for all the moms and we do a ton for the kids. But our Valentine's banquet, we get to include our husbands.
Or,
Or
Partner.
partner,
Significant
yeah.
other, whatever you
My
wanna call it.
husband,
Right.
because they just kind of tag along and are like, okay, bye, see you for all of these events that we
Yes.
do.
Right.
And so it's really great to be able to do one that they get to be included in, and we all get to dress up and dance and have, great food and get to spend that time together. And sometimes it's the only time we get to meet each other's partners
Right.
because
So true.
it's mom's events and
Right.
kids and they're at work, and so it's really kind of great to get to know.
What was it like this last year? Where did you guys have this at last year?
So the past 2 years, we've done it at Homestead 32,
Okay.
which is amazing. She is not going to be open for events this coming February. She's
Okay.
got grandbabies and all that, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful wedding venue. We
amazing.
love it. They've
Right.
done great job for us. So we're like, okay, where are we going to go now?
Okay.
And the problem is that we have to take all of the costs of this and roll it into tickets that we have to sell. Because we're talking about the venue and the
Yes.
caterer and maybe the DJ and whatever else it all is. And so we have to be very cognizant about, okay, we need to be able to sell these tickets.
Yes.
Right.
So we looked at some beautiful venues, but the price was just so high. But we ended up looking at the Cumberland Mountain School. Oh, I abbreviated it, and then I couldn't remember. The Cumberland Mountain School Library.
Okay.
And it is absolutely beautiful.
Gorgeous.
And I thought it was like the main building. If you ever drive by it, what is that? What road is that?
The old Jamestown
Back-
Highway.
Jamestown
yeah,
Highway.
Jamestown Highway, yeah. I thought it was the main building, but it's not. It's the library back in the back that was built in 1921. So, because it's our 5th annual, we wanted to do something a little special, and because it lends to that location,
Yes.
we're going to do a theme this year of the Roaring 20s theme.
Oh.
And mostly just the decor and like
Yes.
how we're going to dress and all that. We haven't really ever done a theme. I mean, it's always Valentine's Day
Yes,
themed.
it's always been Valentine's, and we've had like little kissing booths and like photo displays and stuff like that. But this time we're going with the 20s theme, and
I love it.
I'm super excited. And the venue is beautiful, and it's right there in town, and so it worked out really well. And we could still keep our ticket prices in a reasonable price range as last year.
Yes.
So that's really awesome. And then we're getting to have Willow Catering to come and make our food for us, and we get desserts, and it'll be a lot of fun.
It'll be super fun, yeah. And Caitlin at Willow has done it almost every year. We deviated from it one year, and we're going to go back to her because she's the best in the biz, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
She's amazing. Everybody loves her. So I feel like if you know you got this beautiful venue, you're going to have fun. You get to dress up and get some good food and just to hang out for the night. Our only issue with it is that the venue wasn't available on Valentine's Day.
Oh.
But Valentine's Day is a Friday this year, or next year actually, which is really hard for people who work, you know? So we decided to move it up to the Saturday before Valentine's Day. So you can always come to that and celebrate, and then celebrate again on Valentine's Day if you want
Make
to.
your partner do something else and take you out to eat again.
This is fun.
Yeah, but I feel like there's not a lot of options for stuff like that besides going to all of our great restaurants, of course, but to have like a nice little event for Valentine's Day, I think people really appreciate that. Maybe not the husbands as much, but the women like it. But the husbands are like, hey, then I don't have to worry about doing anything.
Yes.
Right.
So,
We have planned the date for you, and you just have to show up.
yes. And we get a lot of donations for that for door prizes, and everybody gets a raffle ticket that they get for free. Like, it's not a raffle that we make anybody buy anything for. And we come up with some pretty epic door prizes. So many businesses donate to that. I mean, it's so, super nice, and people get to walk away with some really cool stuff, and hopefully, try new businesses in town. And that's always a big thing for us, supporting. There's so many members that are mom-owned and family-owned businesses, and so they show up for us.
Oh, yeah.
We try to show up for them. I mean, we've had events, at Salt of the Earth.
The
Salt Cave,
Yeah.
and when Copper Chicks was here in town, and we've had stuff at Pure Spin Studio, and now we're doing our second event out at the Pottery Place. So I know that's really important to us because we gotta support local, but they
Yes.
give back to us as well, which I love.
I like that. Now, Andrea, you're you have foundations in like event planning, so this is like your jam.
I do, and I love it. So in my previous career, in my previous career, I planned our big national sales meetings every year, which was like a huge event. And so I do love it, but in my current job, I have an amazing work from home job. I don't get to do that.
Right.
And so that's why I love being able to do it with my friends who also are amazing event planners. I just happen to get lucky enough to meet up with them. And because it does take a lot of attention to detail, it takes a lot of organization, and it takes a lot of creativity. And the three of us, like me, Chrissy, and Michelle, like, we're just like this perfect triad. Is that a word? Of like,
Yeah,
Sure, we'll take it.
We're the trio, and we all have different like specialties that we're just really good at. Andrea's our grammar police.
Oh, no, you don't
I
mean
mean,
it.
I'm
she already knows that.
I'm from here, and so my grammar and how I pronounce things or spell things sometimes is not
Is
how.
cornbread.
I mean, it's cornbread, or I want to say we're fixing to.
No, fixing to.
I
I told you weren't allowed to say that.
She told me I wasn't, but we're fixing to.
You had to do it. You had to do it. I know.
So it's always really great. And Michelle is like our techie person. Like she can get like the computer stuff done.
Yeah.
And so
She's a good shopper. She just shops. I say I
she
need
loves
something.
to
She
shop.
finds it. She's like, it's ordered. I'm like, okay,
Really?
thank God.
yes. Yeah, so she's our shopper. So it works really well. I mean, we put a lot of work into these things. I mean, hopefully we make it look effortless.
Right.
Right.
I mean, that's our goal. We want the moms to be able to come, or our kid events to come, and they just get to like come and have fun and show up, and it's awesome. But we do put a lot of back work into it.
Yeah, I would imagine. Planning anything is exhausting. I can't even plan like my kids' birthday parties without like.
It-
We'll
their
plan it for you.
birthday parties are pretty low key. It's like, well, we're just gonna invite a bunch of guys over, and y'all are gonna spend the night, and we'll order pizza.
I mean,
and I'm
it's
I don't
like
know
us
if I got the right
planning
pizza.
multiple birthday parties a month is what it turns
It
into.
is. It is. But we love it, and hopefully, I think we're good at it. So, and we always, I mean, people are always so happy afterwards, and so thankful, and so appreciative, and so that at least makes me know that we're.
And we
doing
have
something
new
good.
moms that show up to things all the time.
Okay.
So,
That's what I was
obvious-
gonna ask.
Yes.
I was like, do you guys see a lot of like? I know you probably get new moms, but do you get like new area moms like that are just like,
Yes.
we're here and we have nobody?
brand new. I mean, even some of our sponsors, like Katie, like they haven't lived here very long at
Really?
all. And like she showed up to things and she's like, okay, I'm in. And we love that. We love whenever people show up and they're like, what can we do to help and,
Yeah.
you know, make your jobs a little bit easier. But we get new moms almost to every event. I mean, you're going to see the same familiar faces because we love each other and we've been doing this for years now together. But we do get a lot of the new moms that show up. I mean, at our book club just this week, we had 2 moms that they've just started showing up to things within the last month. And so it's really awesome. We don't want people to feel like that they can't come because they don't know anybody. I know that that's like everyone's first thought
It's
is,
undaunting.
yeah, it's scary. I mean, I had to
is.
make my first event, like, even though I was a local, I was like, okay, I'm going to show. I didn't know anybody when I showed up, and it was over at the poorhouse, and I showed up to dinner, and I ran into Andrea in the parking lot, and she's like, are you here for the mom thing? And I'm like, yeah. And that was it.
She would be like, are you here for the mom
Right
thing?
there.
No, I was heading out to the car to leave.
I would
Yes.
have drug her in.
And so we really do want moms to feel comfortable in showing up, and that we do have moms of different ages.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, we have moms that start all the way, you know, early 20s and stuff that come to events all the time,
Right.
all the way up into, I'm not going to like name women's ages, but we have older moms that are also grandmas
Right.
that come
Right.
to events all
That
the
will
time.
probably be me in a few years. Yes.
So it's one of those things, and we have a lot of moms that have the multi-generational, like
Yes.
all the way
Yes.
through, that have a little bit of, you know, all the ages. But we just want everyone to feel comfortable, and I mean, hopefully there's like, you can find your cup of tea. Like, we don't expect everyone to be best friends and
Right.
Yeah.
and stuff, but we hope that you can come and then you can find your cup of tea that you can become friends with and do your things.
Right. And that's really our goal, is to provide that opportunity. Like, I'm not going to be best friends with everybody who shows up, but that's honestly what makes me the most happy, is when I see these friendships that are made because of the group, because of an
Right.
event, because we gave them that opportunity, and they're like, you know, thank you for this. I wouldn't have met so-and-so probably. I
Right.
mean, I probably wouldn't have met Christy,
Yeah.
you know, because of it, because, you know, she's co-op and church and all of these things, and I don't do any of those things.
Right.
So it's just that good opportunity to get that exposure, but you've got to step out of your comfort
Yes.
zone. And I know, I get it, it's hard.
It is very hard.
And usually people are like, oh, I'm so glad I did it, and then
Yeah.
they continue to come. But I know that
We
can
aren't
be really
scary.
Right.
No,
We
not
are-
at all.
We aren't scary.
And I
so.
see such a need for it because, and maybe I'm oblivious to what it has been like in past, but social media makes you very aware of other things. And when I see moms, not just in the Moms of Crossville group, but just in other groups or on their profiles, when they're like, I just really wish I had a friend. I wish I could
Yes.
make friends. How do I make friends around here? Because we're not in school anymore. We're not playing
Yes.
like Foursquare or tetherball.
Oh
to
yeah,
meet
and the
other people.
stay-at-home moms. I mean, it's
you're
Yeah.
closed off, really,
Yes.
unless you go to church, and then you meet them every Sunday.
Yes.
And then it's like that's where it's at. So what you guys are doing is you guys are doing the Lord's work.
That's what, and it's one of those things that we honestly wouldn't. I mean, when I started coming to my daughter's 16, so I went through the first half of her childhood without something like
Yes.
this. And I mean, you still went and did things, but you didn't have that connection.
Right.
And so, you know, this kind of gets you out of your element because we wouldn't do these things otherwise. You wouldn't go out to eat with your friend because if it's just one of your friends that you see, you're going to be like, hey, let's do something.
Right.
And then we never do
Never
anything.
happens.
Of course.
You never do
No,
it.
I never do it.
You're like, hey, let's go get coffee. And then like 6 months pass.
Right.
And you never went and got coffee. This is, and that's one reason why we do such like almost routine certain events every single month, is that way it forces you out to
Yes,
be
you're
like,
committed.
you're committed. You have clicked going, and that means that you hopefully are going to show up
Hopefully,
and,
right.
and come to these things that, you know, we all need.
It's you know, life is hard now. Being a mom is hard now, and so I just think about how good it is for their mental health. You know, especially somebody like you, Melissa, who's super, super busy. Like, you've got to have that. And I see all these TikTok videos about, you know, I'm in my mom era. And that's great. Sure, you're going to be a great mom and you focus on your kids. But also, being a mom is taking some me time to recharge, refresh, let loose, not have somebody hanging on your pants all the time needing something. I mean,
Yes.
it's so important for everyone's mental health right
Yes.
now. And so, you know, I know I need it. And like every time we have an event, like this week was a double event week,
Yes.
and I was like, yes!
Oh my gosh.
Because when
Yeah.
there isn't events, I'm like, what are we going to do? Like, I'm so
There's
sad.
like a 3-week gap, and we're like, we haven't seen each other in
Oh
so
my
long.
gosh.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah. But so yeah, we just encourage moms to just, you know, try it because, and they come into the group and they post, I need friends. And I'm like, well, can I just tag all of the events where you can come make friends? Because
Yes.
that's what we want to do, but it does. And moms need friends. They need
they do.
somebody. They need
Yeah.
help. It's too hard to do it all by yourself. And I appreciate the moms who want to, but you don't have to.
I really appreciate what you guys do. I do. I think it is absolutely needed. I say it's a service, but I mean, you guys give back to the community. And this, you know, I know you guys say that we use like these other businesses and we promote them. We're there for them. They're here for us. But you guys are still doing stuff for the community just by having this group for people to be able to be a part of. And it's not like they have to join it. They don't have to pay a membership or anything.
Right.
They just have to show up
Just
and
show
read
up.
the book if you're going to be in the book
Yes.
club.
Right.
That's all they ask. Just read the book.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, everybody, check them out on Facebook. It is Moms of Crossville, and Andrea and Christy. I appreciate you guys coming on and telling us all about this. And don't forget, on October 26th is the big Halloween party, and it's at Meadow Park Lake, and it's earlier in the day. So, you know, get on the Moms of Crossville page. They have an event for it. Click the RSVP, say you're going to be there so they will have food for you and candy and prizes and whatever. But go to have fun, go to meet families, go to meet other, you know, have your kids meet other kids, and go to make connections. Y'all,
Absolutely.
have a good week.
Just stop in when you're coming down. It's right off Interstate 40. It's my beloved hometown, Crossville, Tennessee. And when I leave, I feel so sad, not just because of mom and dad. It's for my love of hometown, Crossville, Tennessee.
Looking for the perfect gift for someone you love? Perhaps you're in search of something unique to treat yourself. Discover the beauty of uniquely created hand-stamped jewelry. Locally owned and crafted with love, our collection features rings, bracelets, keychains, and pendants made from durable aluminum and paired with natural beads. Enjoy necklaces on sterling silver-plated chains and earrings with sterling silver hooks for a touch of elegance. Each piece is hand-stamped and one of a kind, making it uniquely yours. Plus, we offer custom orders, and we ship nationwide. Find us on Facebook and Instagram today and fall in love with your perfect piece, uniquely created just for you. uniquely created hand-stamped jewelry in Crossville. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of What's Up Crossville. We want to give a shout out to the amazing sponsors for their support. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe to our podcast and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Leave us a review, and don't forget to share this episode with a friend. For more information about What's Up Crossville, visit us at whatsupcrossville.com. There, you can find upcoming episodes, resources mentioned in the episode, and even recommend future guests. Please note that the views and opinions expressed in this episode are those of the individual speakers and do not represent the policy or positions of this show, its related entities, advertisers, or the Southern Spitfire brand. While our discussions may cover a variety of topics, the content of What's Up Crossville is intended to inform, inspire, and entertain. It should not be used as a substitute for professional advice. For medical, financial, legal, or other professional advice, we encourage our listeners to seek the expertise of a licensed professional who can provide personalized guidance. Thank you for listening, and we'll catch you in the next episode of What's Up Crossville.